Now at noon, taking a live look at Rose City. The first 90-degree days coming our way on a weekend full of fun activities, Fleet Week, Grand Floor Parade, and more. We'll bring you the weekend forecast in just 30 seconds. Plus, Portland City Council increasing Albina settlement from $2 million to $8.5. Why some say the original amount wasn't enough. And later,
they need water without like chlorine in it and stuff, because if they have chlorine, it's not good for them.
A group of second graders will explain to us how to properly raise trout eggs so they can grow to be healthy trout. We'll take a look at this unique school program coming up as your news at noon starts right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm China Green. We're going to head straight up to Chris McGinnis on the weather deck this afternoon because it is so sunny. It is so pretty. It's kind of hot.
I forgot my. Why, thank you.
Christopher, I'm talking about the weather.
I know, we're talking about the weather, right?
Yes.
That's why we're up here. Yes, we are live on top of the KGW studios at the Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking weather deck. And it's to China's point, I mean, it is blinding up here. I don't have my sunglasses, and I surely need them. Our roof is bright white, and it's... Anyway, okay, what you want to hear about is the forecast, and it is hot. So let's get right to it. Those are our headlines this weekend, which is, well, for starters, we've got the first 90-degree day on the way. Maybe not tomorrow, but most definitely Sunday and Monday. And not only that, but 100-degree temperatures are possible in the East Gorge and out in the Columbia Basin. So just, a heads up, we have KGW weather impact alert days for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. This is our first foray into this kind of heat for this year, right? So it's not overwhelmingly hot, but it's hot. And when you get out there, you need to be prepared for moderate heat impacts in the afternoon. So just avoid overexerting yourself. Make sure you stay hydrated and all that kind of stuff. Live over downtown Portland from the Wells Fargo sky camera. Morning cloud cover cleared out quickly. We're already up to 75 degrees at the airport. And elsewhere across the region, temperatures quickly warming through the 70s. You can see statewide, nobody terribly cool at this point as we zoom out. So a good looking start to what's eventually going to be a pretty toasty weekend. Here's our forecast for the remainder of the day here in Portland. 82 by noon. I've got us topping out at 85. Note that sunset getting closer to 9 o'clock, China. One of the things we know and love about our Northwest summers is those late sunsets. And the 9 o'clock or later sunsets actually start next week for about a month. So there you go. Welcome summer, and we're welcoming summer weather a little early. Back to you.
Fleet Week public tours start today. Between that and warm weather, we're expecting a lot of people down by the river this weekend. For those who are looking to hang out on the river, here are a couple of reminders for you. Because of Fleet Week ships, there is a safety zone in place. So we have a map showing the area under security. It's between the Steel Bridge and the Hawthorne Bridge. The U.S. Coast Guard is in charge here.
No vessel or person may transit the zone without inspection and approval from the U.S. Coast Guard. Boaters should hail the Coast Guard on VHF Channel 23 Alpha for clearance. Once cleared, recreational vessels will be escorted through the center lane by Coast Guard auxiliary boats.
And if you're wondering about kayaks and paddleboards, don't worry. You're able to freely move through the zone without radioing ahead, but you will have to stay off to one side, the eastern side. The Coast Guard says if you don't abide by these rules, there are civil and criminal penalties. And a reminder, if you'd like to tour the ships this weekend, you need a real ID and closed-toed shoes. There will also be a security checkpoint. Most of the tours on board will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. all weekend long. And we do have a list of all 8 vessels and other details online on our website at kgw.com. And if you head out tomorrow for Fleet Week, you might pass by the Grand Floral Parade. We'll also be streaming the parade live on KGW Plus tomorrow if you can't make it in person. So you can download the KGW Plus app for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV to check that out. Now to more local headlines this afternoon. A motorcyclist was killed last night after crashing with a car in Salem. Police responded to the crash around 10 o'clock last night at the intersection of Lancaster Drive and Glenwood Drive. 33-year-old Jesse Wadley was taken to the hospital but later died. The driver remained on scene to cooperate with investigation there. The FBI prevented what it's calling an imminent plan for a mass shooting at the Three Rivers Mall in Kelso. Authorities say the suspect is a teenager for Columbia County. And a warning here, some of the details are disturbing. But federal agents say that they arrested the teen on May 22nd. They say the suspect had posted in an online chat just days earlier about detailed plans to detonate an IED, then open fire on shoppers as they ran for exits. Authorities say they also seized 3 guns, ammunition, and 4 knives from the teen's home. They say the suspect had pledged support to several online extremist groups.
This case had every indication that it was imminent, and we believe the FBI, along with our partners, prevented a tragic event in our community.
The FBI says that they were able to prevent the attack because they were informed about the suspect's alarming behavior. The Columbia County DA says the teen will be charged as a juvenile. Developing this afternoon, a woman in Northeast Portland survived a hit and run and narrowly avoided getting shot, and those responsible for this are still at large. KGW's Catherine Cook has the story.
Piles of shattered glass on Northeast 106th and Halsey. Remnants of a night Tracy King,
I don't know, it's kind of a little bit blurry.
would rather forget.
This could have went so different.
Here's what's left of her car.
The whole front end was smashed. They totaled it.
Tracy says she hit a car that came out of nowhere and crossed in front of her. Right before that, she heard gunshots.
Bang, 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 bang.
She thinks it came from 2 different vehicles. 3 bullets hit her car.
That's the bullet hole that I was talking about in the windshield.
One barely missed her.
That one was the one that scared me the most. Yeah.
Tracy pulled over and called 911. She says the cars involved sped away and kept shooting. Police say a 15-year-old boy was hit and treated at the hospital.
There was just gunfire, a lot of shell casings.
Neighbors and police made sure Tracy was okay. Fortunately, her only injuries were bruises.
The police and everybody's just been like, keep saying how lucky I am, how lucky. You're so lucky. And I know that. Hi.
So does Tracy's daughter, Elizabeth.
Crazy that the bullets were so close. Sounds like there's a lot of unknowns, but we're just happy that she's safe and okay and still here with us.
Tracy's coworker started a GoFundMe to help with missed work and what car insurance won't cover.
Some very good people in this world. He's one of them. And the people that came out and helped me that day.
And Tracy says that's the only thing she wants to remember about this day. She hopes anyone who knows who's responsible for this comes forward.
It's just the right thing to do, to speak up and try and keep this from happening again.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Now to an update. Washington grocery shoppers may face disruptions this summer as 30,000 grocery store workers vote to authorize a strike. So that includes workers at QFC, Fred Meyer, Safeway, and Albertsons. According to the union, members overwhelmingly rejected the latest contract offer, with more than 97% voting to authorize a walkout. Employees say that they're frustrated with pay, staffing levels, and reduced hours. The grocery chains argue that they're struggling too, pointing to inflation, a drop in spending, and ongoing tariff costs. Both sides are scheduled to meet again next week. The union is required to give 3 days' notice if they plan to strike. Portland City Council has voted to significantly increase the settlement given to Black residents and descendants of those who were forced out of the Albina neighborhood decades ago. Attorneys for the city and the plaintiffs agreed on a $2 million settlement last week. Just yesterday, City Councilor Loretta Smith added an amendment to increase that to $8.5 million after hearing from plaintiffs who didn't feel the settlement was enough.
That in my heart and in my spirit, I am troubled that this agreement does not meet the moment or the standard of justice.
The funds will be shared among 26 plaintiffs whose families were displaced in the 60s to make way for development projects. The city says the cost will be shared by all bureaus, and the budget office will have to decide how that all shakes out.